What's going on, my trainer club? Today I'm going to help you break down the top tips to max out on the winter December holiday event in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you doing on this winter event? I am so excited. Number one, because the bonuses are awesome. Number two, because we have some shiny Pokemon that are absolutely awesome. And then we have some more surprises in here that are going to help you max out. So I'm going to make sure we go over the top 5 tips to make sure that you go over every single event purpose and detail, that you don't miss out on anything. And then I'm also going to come out with short little snippets throughout the week every time the bonuses change, because they are going to change every 2 days. And so I want to make sure you guys stay up on that, and anything that may be hidden in there or that I may think that you may need to max out on, we are going to go over that. I just want to say before we get into it, guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you're celebrating. I super appreciate you guys. And I have been asked a couple times, like, is there anything we could do for you for Christmas? And my Christmas gift, which would be absolutely amazing, is to just share my content. If everybody shared it with one person and just ask them to subscribe, that you know that I would provide value for, would be super awesome. That would be amazing to try to grow the channel, to try to help a little bit more people, because the more people we can help, the better of a community we can have, and the more efficient of a community we can have, which is then going to translate into a better playing experience for you. So thank you guys, happy holidays. Let's get back to the content. The event is going to go all the way from right now all the way until January 1st. So let's make sure to max out every single thing that we possibly can. Right now, all the way until the midnight of the 25th, we have double catch and transfer candy. Then we have the double Stardust starting on the 26th through the 27th at midnight. And then the 28th through the 29th, we have 2 times catch XP. And then on the 30th all the way until the 1st, which is going to be 3 days, we have half incubator distance. So kind of plan out in your mind. We have the holiday boxes out, guys. If you didn't check out my video, it's definitely something you may want to check out, because it's a pretty good deal, pretty unique and pretty effective. So you guys might want to get out there, check those boxes out and stock up, because me, myself, I use the buy one, get one Samsung points, which is expired now, but I'm going to leave that video up just so that you guys do know that for the future, it could be a potential. And I'm going to use a lot of my coins to be able to purchase this, because I really want to stock up on the best deals I possibly can, and hopefully transcend that throughout the entire year. Which is then going to bring out a couple of bonuses for us, which is going to include shiny Stantler with the bell, so definitely get out there and do that. We also have the Pichu with the beanie on that can be shiny, hatched out of eggs. We also have the Pikachu with the beanie in the wild that can be shiny as well. Shout out to Brandon Tan, I saw that on your Instagram, man, congratulations. And we also have the shiny SNOVER out, which I'm so grateful for. And we have some research tasks. So now we're going to get into my top tips to help you max out on everything you can for this winter event. And we're going to include the double candy in this one, because we are already in the middle of this bonus. So starting off with my tip number one. Tip number one is going to be, make sure to max out on all of the ice Pokemon that you possibly can that are out right now. So we have a ton of ice Pokemon that are out. Number one, if you're a new player, you don't have the ice badge, now would be a great time to just clear that out, because ice Pokemon are not typically the most common, so just clear it out right now. But as far as the ice Pokemon and the shinies that are available right now are going to include the Stantler, which you obviously want to hunt as many as you possibly can, because it has the bells and it can be shiny, so it's going to be very limited to this event. We have Chubchoo out, which is definitely going to be a Pokemon that you want to get after, as well as the Cryogonal, which is going to be from the Glacial Lures only. So make sure to get out there, use your Glacial Lures. Hopefully you guys stacked up on some of the Glacial Lures from the previous event when we were able to get it for the evolutions. We have the Pichu that's going to be hatching out of 7-kilometer eggs, which we'll get to in a second. We have Pikachu out in the wild with the Santa winter themed beanie. We have the Sneasel, which has got a shiny potential. We have the Delibird, which has a shiny potential, and this Pokemon in specific is only going to be available during the Christmas event. So afterwards, it's not going to be available at all. So definitely try your best to get that shiny pink Delibird. And then we have the Snorunt, we have the Sandshrew Alolan form, we have the Vulpix Alolan form, and then we have the SNOVER, which is going to have the shiny potential that is blue. I absolutely love the shiny SNOVER. So make sure to get out there, maximize on as many of these Pokemon as you possibly can, which is going to bring me to my tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be complete as many of the research tasks as you possibly can, which are going to include hatch 7 eggs, which if you guys are going crazy with the eggs, you can definitely do so, which is going to be a Lapras 100% IV 1131 with a shiny potential. So if you're looking for the shiny Lapras, this would definitely be a task for you guys to do. Catch 10 ice Pokemon can be 1,000 Stardust, so don't take that task lightly. There's ice Pokemon around around pretty frequently, make sure to just do as many of those as you can. There's nothing like getting an extra free 1,000 Stardust. And make sure to clear out your tasks right now. If you've been saving any that are not really that good, right now is the time to clear out, move on, get into the ice event. Catch 5 Delibird or SNOVER is going to be Pikachu wearing the beanie, shiny potential, 100% IV 402. Catch 5 ice Pokemon is going to be the chance at a SNOVER, 100% IV 497 with a shiny potential. Take 5 snapshots of an ice type Pokemon is going to be a Chubchoo with a 100% IV at 458. So make sure to get out there, take full advantage of all these research tasks to help you max out, which is going to bring me to my tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be to max out on your gifts as much as possible because number 1, you can hatch shiny Pichu with the hat from the 7-kilometer eggs, which you're going to get from gifts. You have the ability to send out 100 gifts per day. You have the ability to hold 20 gifts now in your inventory and open 40 gifts per day. So you're going to want to open as many of those as possible every single day. Send out as many as you possibly can because number 1, if any of your friends are out there that you do not have best friends with and you've been working on, now would be a great time to do so because you can extend your reach with doubling the amount you can open. And so if everybody's opening double the amount, we're going to be able to rank up quite a bit. Number 2, just open as many as you possibly can because of best friends. Best friends and lucky friends on top of the best friends is going to be amazing. Best friends is going to be the best amount of XP you can possibly get. One best friend on a lucky egg is going to be 200,000 XP, which is absolutely bonkers. And if we go into the lucky friends, we're gonna have some really dope Pokemon coming up in the near future. So you wanna try to hit those as much as possible because we have the Gen 5 dragons. I don't know when they're coming out, but they're gonna be coming out at some point. Or if you have Pokemon right now, you're like, I want a shiny lucky Metagross. Now would be a good time to try to hit lucky friends with some people and then swap them out. And then I also suggest maybe saving it with a few people if they're from distance, but if they're local, just go ahead and use it. But don't use it on something silly. Use it on something impactful and then move on to the next because you can always trigger it again. Saving lucky friends in your inventory is not always the best strategy because there's always a potential to do it again. And here's my other thing about lucky friends. If you wanted to do a Gibble as a trade, you can do multiple lucky trades per day as long as they're not special trades. We only get 1 special trade per day, right? So if it's a shiny, boom, you get that. But then if you have 2 other friends who are like, hey, let's swap a Gibble, let's swap a Riolu, those are not special trades. So you could do multiple lucky trades per day, which was always like in the back of my mind, like, oh, I could do 1 lucky trade per day. Yes, if it is going to be in regards, and all of them are in regards to a special trade, but if they're not, you can do multiple. And you're gonna be able to get 1 free incubator per day when you spin your first Pokestop. So what I would suggest doing, since at the end of the event, we're gonna have half incubator distance, right now I would focus on using your super incubators to hatch your eggs, save those single-use incubators until we have half distance, so then we're gonna have half the distance on those and we can maximize on all of them, so save the 1 per day that you're getting from the spins. Which brings me to my tip number 4, and tip number 4 is going to deal with the shiny shadow Pokemon that have just been changed up. So thank you so much to Kelvin for tweeting this out. He always provides amazing leak information and digs deep into the game for us. So from Sierra, we can get a shiny shadow Absol potential, which is super cool. From Arlo, we can get the shiny shadow Bagon potential, and then from Cliff, we can get the shiny shadow Stantler potential, which is super cool because we already have it right now, so we might as well try for the shiny shadows as well because number 1, they're cool. Number 2, I mean, shiny shadow Absol is so sick, and then we have Bagon now too. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late with the timing to get the outrage on it. So if you do happen to get it, I would probably just save it if it's a good IV, just to, you know, have in your bag. And but they're cool, right? They're super cool. Definitely something to get out, and you can practice your PvP skills, which is super awesome. Which is gonna bring me to my tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be, make sure to get out there and hunt as many of these Pokemon because you can use some of them for PvP. And I know some of you guys may not be so into PvP, but at some point you may get into PvP because we have the Go League coming at some point. So you might as well start being proactive and start stacking up on some of these Pokemon. So we're gonna be looking out for the Snorunt female version for the Frostlass because it's gonna be ranked 41 in PvP. It's a pretty beast Great League Pokemon. With the moveset Powder Snow, Avalanche, and Shadow Ball, cool, right? You are going to be looking for something like a 0-15-15, or if you wanna pause here, you could definitely check out some of the other ones, but just look for that low attack, high defense and stamina ratio, and then you can always go to gostadium.club and plug in your IVs to see what the rank of the Pokemon is, because it goes from basically 1 all the way to about 4,200-ish combinations that you can have, and it'll tell you where it's at and then what the percentage close to the number 1 is going to be. And the other thing I'm going to recommend is hatching a decent amount of the eggs, because number 1, there's going to be increased chances in the Alolan Vulpix as well as the Alolan Sandshrew, and I'm not going to give you the actual 100% IVs on those guys because it's pretty cool, but they're not that effective in this regard. What I would suggest you guys do is to trade those Pokemon, try to hatch a bunch, trade them with a friend to try to get them low. So you're probably going to have to not trade them with a best friend, maybe an ultra or a great friend. I would probably just hatch them over this time, and I'm sure you have a friend out there that maybe you still play with, or maybe you have access to, and they might be playing as well, and you guys just don't interchange as far as gifts and opening and interacting. If you have that case, or maybe you could even make a new friend and just be like, hey, let's just save all of our Vulpixes as well as our Sandshrews in the Alolan forms from the 7-kilometer eggs, and then trade them as much as possible to try to get them in the PvP stats, because they're pretty effective Pokemon. They have unique combinations and movesets. The Alolan Ninetales is going to be a 0, 14, 12, 100% IV, but looking to place number 4, it's going to be 2, 15, 14 as basically rank number 4, which is amazing. So there is great potential for us to get it. As far as the Alolan Sandslash, the 100% IV is going to be 0, 14, 14, but if you look into the 10th spot, we have a 3, 15, 15, so that's going to be able to be traded with Ultra Friends. So get out there, guys, trade as much as possible, hatch as many eggs, look out for those shinies, and the 100% IV on the Pichu shiny is going to be a 270, so that's going to be Pichu 100% IV hatching from eggs. We also have some raid shakeups, and I'm going to suggest that you guys get after the Alolan Marowak if you're into PvP, because it is a beast Pokemon. It's definitely something to look out for. You're going to have to trade it once you catch it to be able to get it in a better scenario. So similar things that we're talking about, the 100% IV is going to be 0, 14, 14 for rank 1, but rank 4 is going to be 2, 15, 14. So there's also great potential out there for that to trade it. And then here comes the highlight. We have the double catch and transfer candy right now. So catch as many of these Pokemon as you possibly can. That's my number 1. Get out there. If you need any of these candy, I personally don't, but I'm going to maximize as much as possible. But the highlight of this is going to be the double transfer, because you want to transfer as many of the Pokemon that you have in your bag, especially traded Pokemon that are not good. Check out for Luckies that you may not want. Check out for some of the Pokemon that you've been saving, maybe like Bagon or anything like that you may be trying to trade. Get in there and transfer those guys. And I would suggest going through all of your legendary Pokemon and start transferring the Pokemon that you don't need. Number 1, ask yourself, do I need to trade it? Is it rare? Do I think it's going to have a legacy move? If all the answers to that are no, or you're unsure and you're like, this is clogging up my bag, it's got to go. If you're not going to power it up and it's a good Pokemon, maybe it's like a 93% Kyogre and you already have 3 96s powered up, do you really need to sit on another one? I would say keep your legendary inventory to around a couple powered up, and then I would probably say to save 6 in order to trade. So there's no reason to have more than like 9 to 12 legendaries of any of these, unless it's maybe Psystrike Mewtwo, but everybody has Psystrike Mewtwo, like pretty much everybody. And at some point, some other people may come into the game that you may have this Pokemon and it's gonna be valuable to them, but you do not want to impede on the functionality of your gameplay based on the future projections of what some people may want or need if it's going to be an overburden. So go through your Pokemon, clear up as much as you possibly can, take the double candy for it, because double candy is similar to the trading of over 100 kilometers. You're gonna get the 3 candy, but you're gonna get it for 2 candy right now. So another strategy you could do is find that person over 100 kilometers, trade as much as possible, and then transfer all that Pokemon, because then you would get 3 candy for the trade and then 2 candy for the transfer for a total of 5 candy if you really actually want to maximize to the fullest potential. So that's gonna do it, guys. Make sure to get out there, do as much research as you possibly can. Stay tuned to my short, condensed videos where we're gonna go over the tips for the day. I'm gonna be coming out with those. Happy holidays, guys. I super appreciate all you guys. Let me know in the comments below how you guys are doing, and anything else that comes up, check the pinned comments below. I appreciate all my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. I'm gonna see you out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.